Hey traders, John Howell here, your number one market trader. Bit of a technical analysis update for you guys. Welcome to Roctober. Yes, my voice is going right now and I'll explain the reasons why. And you're probably going to think that's pretty crazy, but anyway, I'll explain the reason why my voice is going. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so one thing I want to share with you is what's going on in the markets right now. A bit of a technical analysis update. I'm going to be looking at the silver, gold as well too, the mining sector. Also be looking at cryptocurrencies as well too, and stuff like that. But first, guys, a quick little few things before I get started here. Firstly, I want to talk about conformity or confirmation bias, and then I want to talk about my voice and something that I think is really important to men. And then I'm going to get into the technical analysis side of things. So, quick little thing about conformity and confirmation bias. One of the hardest things to do right now when it comes to your trading is to have a confirmation bias in your trading, right? So if you go put on a position, the tendency is to go look at every single article, newsletter, subscriptions that is going to be in line with what you're thinking and feeling, right? Because you want to be right. You want to know that what you've done is the right thing. So you'll go and look for confirmation bias. And this is something that I think that is really what's the word for it? There's something that it's something that this book right here. I've actually been listening to this book right here, Mindset of the Winning Secrets. I've actually started listening to it today. Today actually, or most mornings I get up, like 6 days out of the week I get up. I have a big glass of lemon water and then I go for a run. And when I go for a run, I go for a run for about 45 minutes, around about 8 Ks. And then I generally listen to YouTube videos from Les Brown, or no, not Les Brown. Mainly Jim Rohn, and lately it's also been Dr. Wayne Dyer. And then I've actually started listening to this one here. And one of the things I was talking about was confirmation bias. And he actually is a really successful trader in his own right. So I've actually been listening to this on audio while I've been going for a run. And he talks about the confirmation bias and why it's such a deadly thing in our trading and also in our lives, right? Because we want to know that we're actually doing the right thing. So just be careful that you're trying to look for what's really going on, not that you are right. Because also knowing that you could be wrong as well too. Okay. So anyway, there's a quick little thing about confirmation bias. Just be open-minded that your position may be wrong, right? Because I know, for example, a lot of people right now are short these markets, and the shortness of these markets. And again, I'm going to finish up here in just a minute and get into the charts, technical analysis wise. But if you are short the market right now, right, you are going to be looking for every single reasons and every single YouTube video that's going to give you that confirmation bias that you are right. And if the market does go up, which which actually has a really high probability of having a retracement real soon, you'll be able to see that. So, anyway, so just a quick little note, guys, on my voice, and then I'll get to this thing here. I don't normally talk about this, but something happens, especially with us men, right? Us men, us men have turned into absolute fucking pussies around this world. We have, and even myself, right? We actually go into this very soft mode. No accountability. We turn into these very soft fucking pussies. And one of the best ways I've actually learned to get out of that pussiness, right? They've just been so afraid and worrying all the time and all this sort of stuff, right? And not having the confidence and all this sort of stuff. But we know there's a lion inside of us, right? There is an absolute deep roar, right? There's a lion inside of us ready to be released. But we have to release it. And something that I learned from Tony Robbins, right? From watching his stuff, but also attending his Unleash the Power Within, and then also Date with Destiny and other programs as well too, right? Is all about our physicality of what we do. And so this is the reason, and for you guys who are in your 20s or even in your 30s, for me personally, I'm almost in my 40s, and I've had almost 20 years of actually trading these markets and been in this personal development field, so to speak. Is the reason why my voice is gone is because yesterday I just felt like I was hitting a wall. And I needed to break it. So I went on a few minutes of just literally just roaring like a lion to get the lion out of me. And I know this might sound absolutely just fucking crazy to you guys, but you guys that are in your 20s or even in your early 30s, men, I'm talking to you men, we need to rise up. And one of the best ways to do that is to get our lion out of us. There's a lion inside of us ready to roar and attack this world. A lion is not afraid, right? A lion sits there and he doesn't worry about being worried and so on and so forth, right? He's ready to pounce and take on the life. But so men, including myself sometimes, we go into these little hibernation because we get so fucking worried all the time and we become little fucking pussies, right? And so that's the whole backstory of why my voice is gone. And my whole purpose of me telling you that, because I want to encourage the young men of our generation, and even for my sons, right? My oldest son is almost 15 years of age, and he's so soft. So what I do is I actually get the boxing gloves out. I'll get the mitts and the boxing gloves, and when he punches, I tell him to scream, rah, 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 right? When he's actually punching the gloves, because I want to see that inner strength come out of my son. My son's very soft and, oh, don't hurt me. Oh, this boy said this or this boy said that. They're very, very, very soft, right? And so when they're very, very, very soft and very like this sort of stuff, the world's going to fucking eat you up alive and spit you out, right? But what's going to happen is that with my son, when I'm doing the boxing with him, I'm getting him to physically hit the pads as hard as he can, but breathe and scream, rah, 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 right? Get it out of you. And by me doing that, I actually see this thing that's stuck inside even my older son, who loves just like technology. And he's very, very, very in his shell for him to start to come out. But then when he stops, he goes back in. So I need to keep doing that to get him back out. Anyway, so the whole thing about that is, again, a whole bit of a Monday motivation for you guys is that's the reason why my voice is gone. Is because I was doing some stretching yesterday, which was Sunday for me. And I just found myself feeling this stuckness inside of me. I don't know where it was coming from. I don't know what I was doing. So I just started to literally release this, rah, rah, right? And I promise you, especially you young guys, you do that for 2 minutes and you will see this fucking lion come out of your soul and your spirit, and you will start to take on this fucking world, and you won't worry about, oh, this girl didn't like me, or this guy didn't like me, or I'm afraid of taking this on. Stop being a fucking pussy. Rah! Get that line out of you and start to take this fucking life on. Anyway, happy Monday, guys. Let's get into the charts right now. So that's the reason. Oh man, my voice is gone. I've always just killed my voice by doing that. And for you guys you've obviously stuck around this long watching this YouTube video right now. Most people have already turned off. I thank you so much for your support. Give me an amen in the chat box below if you agree with what I just said there about most men out there as well too. And ladies, give me an amen. Come on, I need your sister support here with us men to get us out of our shells. Anyway, now I've totally destroyed my voice. Let's get into a bit of a technical analysis here. Dow Jones on this here. One thing I'm looking at here is looking at the moving average. The moving average is like an elastic band. You notice the market doesn't get too far above, which is overbought, or too far below, which is oversold, and we tend to have a snap back. So what's happening right now is, even though we've been going down, and I do expect it's going to be very, very, very rocky Roctober, there's actually a high probability of us actually having at least a bit of a short-term bounce, right? For at least wait for the market to come up. So I wouldn't want to try and trade the bounce, because I know some people are shorting the market here. And my yesterday's video was all about, no, don't short the market here. Why? Because we're actually pretty far away from the moving average. This is actually telling us that we're actually pretty far away from the moving average. And so if we start to, it's a high probability we'll at least get a little bit of retracement, wait for the moving average to come down, and then maybe do something like that, right? There's a high probability. Now, yes, it can keep doing something like that, but if we look at it, we're actually pretty far away from the moving average compared to like all the other times. So this is we're very overstretched, oversold. So there's a high probability of at least getting a bit of a pullback. Now a pullback, guys, is not a change in trend, right? And I wouldn't want to trade the pullback because we could get a pullback like that, up like that, and then it may do something like that. And then the moving average starts to come down, just like here, right? Look at this here. Comes down, comes back up, sideways. And then what happens is we go sideways and then we actually start to break, and then we start to break down just like it did back here, right? We go oversold, come back up, moving average started to catch back up. And then guess what? Then we went for another run and so on and so forth. So this is what the market does. So yes, I am seeing a lot more movement on the downside to come. We could continue to get a bit of a free fall in the markets, but it's a high probability of getting a short-term snapback or pullback out of the markets, but don't try and trade the pullback because you don't know how long it's going to last. It may last 2 days and then start to roll over really, really quickly, or it may last, we may get a big rally up. So I wouldn't be too surprised to actually see a bit of a short-term covering on the rally through there. And one of the reasons why I also say that is looking at the fear and greed index. This is the fear and greed index here. And we are at the extreme fear right now. And the whole thing is buy when people are fearful, sell when people are greedy, right? So looking at this fear and greed index, you can see we're actually at this all-time, or not all-time, but we're getting down to here. So again, we can get a lot more movement on the downside. But the more we have a bit of a movement on the downside, the more it's like a bit of elastic band that it's going to snap back. And you can see last time we actually got down here with fear. So. Again, that's what I'm looking at through there. Same for the S&P 500, the same sort of thing as well too, right? We're getting too far away from it, and then we'll probably likely get a bit of a short snapback out of that through there. Again, and so you just want to be, for people who are shorting it right now, that's the reason why in yesterday's video, someone was giving me a compliment saying, thank you so much, I've learned so much from you, but then they go and short the market right now. And I've done countless videos of saying, we're now getting very oversold. And the thing is, it can stay oversold a lot longer than we think, right? But the probability is that when it starts to get to this oversold level, and if I draw this, look at this here, right? Look at this here. So let me draw this here. And if I actually just make this very thick, let me make this really, 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 really thick for the S&P, right? And then I'm going to say, okay, where was the sort of the maximum distance away, right? So that was sort of the maximum distance away there, from there to say there, right? Actually, let's just delete that. As you can see, right, I'm just drawing it from there to there. That was sort of the maximum distance away from the 52 before it became too oversold. That was pretty. I look at it there, right? Pretty much the same sort of length from there to there. It's the same sort of length from there to there. Pretty much the same sort of length. So you can see this on this downside when we start to get towards these. Not exactly there, but almost. All right, this is probably maybe 80 to 90% of this downward move. Here we actually got almost 100%. Here was 100%. So you can see this line here. When we start to get this far away from the markets, we start to get pretty oversold, and we tend to get a bit of a relief rally. If I look where we are right now, you can see here that we're not exactly at that. We're not exactly at the sort of the maximum there, but we're getting very, very, very close. And that's the reason why we need to see. That's the reason why that we may get a little bit more downside out of this here, but there's a high probability of getting a bit of a snapback out of the markets. Coming out of this level through here. Moving over now through to gold. And gold right now has had an incredible movement on the downside. And now we're just getting a pullback through here. Again, I wouldn't want to be trying to buy gold right now. We're in a very, very, very strong downward trend. And we can see here by looking at this through here, we can see we have a high, lower high, and also lower high in the markets, right? So we're having a very big, strong downward trend. So any rally through here, even if we did get a bit of a rally up through here, right, even up to the 1700s, it's probably going to roll over and fail, and we're probably going to see something like that. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, when it comes to that. Looking at silver market as well too. The silver market has actually been pretty flat right now. I made my voice, right? But the silver market has actually been pretty flat right now. And so we're looking at this level through here, and we can see that we're all going through, we're just simply going sideways through here, right? There's no real holding here. But if we do get a bit of a drop down from here, this market could be getting ready for another move to the downside. on through there. So, and a quick little update, guys, across the actually, no, let me go to the mining stocks as well too. So, mining stocks right now, guys, is actually a bit of a hard one, right? Because we're just sort of just slowly grinding down, slowly grinding down. And you can see here we're creating, we actually went very strong down, up, and now we're creating like this sort of bit of a channel that's going down through there. Generally speaking, when this breaks, we generally break back to the upside. So there's actually a good chance of seeing a bit of a relief rally coming out of the mining stocks through here. That's what generally happens out of this sort of pattern on there from there. And from also looking at the cryptocurrencies from here, let's go have a quick look at there. Quick little update on say Bitcoin from here. And Bitcoin has just, the traders, I said this in yesterday's video, I've been saying it all week. This is getting ready to absolutely be demolished. Bitcoin is about to get killed, right? Absolutely killed. And I'm telling you right now, traders, here's the thing. If we do get confirmation, which is this here, like that, get ready for this thing to be, get ready for a 10K Bitcoin. It is screaming at you right now, guys. And I'm screaming at you right now. If you cannot handle any more movement on the Bitcoin, right, on the downside, because you're watching these bullshit barge ass YouTube videos of saying that this is going to be the major support and this is where confluence zones are and all this type of bullshit, right? And it's going to the moon from here, right? It's like, oh my God, quick, John, did you see XRP? Oh, XRP had a very big up move. Oh, here we go. And then it just shits on you, right? Goes, right? No, let's go back to Bitcoin. We're on a very, very, very strong downward trend. We've been going sideways through here, guys. This is screaming, absolutely screaming at you right now. And you know what the good thing is that I use IG, guys, IG.com. That's what I do my futures, my Forex, and so on and so forth. I'm trading with. And it actually allows me to short these markets. It's amazing, right? So it allows me to short these markets, which I'm telling you right now, traders, I've made really good money from shorting the crypto market. How amazing is that? Some of you guys want to fight the market, right? I want to keep buying this market because I want this market to go up. Why? The market's going down. Short the market. Make money on the downside. I don't care where it goes. I just make money on the downside. And I'm not. I'm just having a bit of fun there, right? I make money on the downside. I don't care where it goes. Go up, go down. I make money, right? So that's what we're looking at through there. So I wouldn't be too surprised. But again, guys, we need to wait for confirmation. Okay? I know your little bumblebee is going to say, "Oh," right? Because what happens if this happens, right? What happens if we start to get something like this? And then we start to break up and we start to break this high. Guess what? Now the pattern has changed. Some of you bumblebees don't really like what I just said there. The pattern right now is setting up for a complete dump on the markets. But if the pattern starts to change, we must change with it. So right now we're getting this. If we do get something like this on the downside, pattern confirmation in, and we're now getting ready for a big dump in the crypto market. But for some reason, if this thing starts to rally up strongly from here and we start to get a very gallop from here, and we get that, you know what? Maybe we just found a very big double bottom, and now once we do that, now the tune is changing, right? But we trade what we see, not what we hope for. And what we see right now is a setup that we could see a 10,000 Bitcoin coming. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new Breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new Breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.